bit here in this final practice.
Oh, trouble there.
50, certainly issues for Travis Kvapil.
Right front tire definitely down. Did he get into the wall?
Sure he did. It's hard to talk about those speeds of 150 on the straightaway. You blow a tire.
Wow.
Almost definitely going to get some contact. Maybe he was just getting up to speed, though, and don't have too much damage.
Yeah, I think he's definitely made contact with the outside safer barrier.
There it goes.
There it goes. You could tell right there when that thing turned hard right.
I think that was probably more than likely a tire rub.
Watch on board from Timothy Peters' view.
A lot of times the tires will rub the sway bar arm, and you'll actually cut that tire down on the inside sidewall of that tire.
For 22 years, every year of the series' existence, the trucks have raced here at Phoenix, and they're about to go green. William Byron, the pole winner on the inside. His teammate Daniel Suarez on the...
See Suarez hanging tough on the outside. William Byron really, caution flag already. Myatt Snyder, the 22 truck, is around making his Truck Series debut.
Oh, what a heartbreaker for Myatt Snyder.
That's not a heartbreaker. It's just a disappointment, man. It's heartbreaker to be torn to pieces. Looks like he's going to drive away and be able to regroup and go at it again.
Here's what happened. Look at the 22 there, head to turn 1.
Yeah, Austin Cindric tried to jump to the inside to make it 3 wide.
Did I tell you when they try to go 3 wide, it gets treacherous here?
Well, it didn't happen until the first turn, Michael.
Check this run that Cindric gets on the inside and just charges that first corner. Wow, how lucky was Snyder he didn't hit that inside wall.
Yeah, but you got to realize there that it's lap 1. There's not that much room. That inside wall there really
With the truck on the outside of you. Your truck wants to get loose down there.
Back green at Phoenix.
Boy, Williams not going to take any chances. He zinged her down in that corner.
Wow, what a great start by William Byron. He needs to get back to the start-finish line and establish himself as the leader of this race.
It's Cameron Haley going down low, trying to challenge Christopher Bell.
Remember, those guys had issues last week. The last lap of the race, they made contact. They were very unhappy with each other after the race, or I should say Christopher Bell was unhappy with Cameron Haley.
Whoa, and Bell blocks. Haley had a bit of a runoff. Bell shot to the middle of the racetrack, took that spot away.
Under caution for the Phoenix. Last week, Spencer Gallagher won the pole and led a career high 88 laps. Tonight, he's in the wall right out of the gate. This is what happened.
Watching along from Austin Cindric's truck, you see, watch this little wiggle. It looks like that left rear tire was down to me, Michael.
Yeah, it maybe was a rub. Maybe someone got into him racing side by side, and it just had a leak, and it finally blew out, and around he went. And man, I talked about the 150-mile-an-hour speeds. When something goes wrong like that, there's nothing the driver can do.
Turn number 3, and it sticks, and he's able to clear. Oh, trouble again.
Cindric and the 18 of Gregson.
Hold the brake.
2 drivers that will be running full-time next year in the Truck Series.
You know, that has every look of what we talked about earlier, Phil. A truck getting loose on the inside.
Turn around here.
A couple of guys with not a lot of experience. Gregson making his first start here in the Truck Series. They're running back in the 14th, 15th position when the contact or the spin
Trucks had
3
significant
wide
damage.
See, Matt Tifft on the bottom. Looked like Gregson got a little bit loose. He was the truck in the middle, the 18 truck. He jumped up into the outside, into the 2 of Austin Cindric.
When you're down on the bottom and someone hits you, it will make you looser. And that, you know, the air just moves these trucks around, and Cindric slid up into the 18.
And they were both vulnerable because they had Matt Tifft to the 11 truck on the inside. And watch, you see Matt Tifft, the 11 truck. Now he gives them room, and the 18 of Gregson is trying to stay with them, gets a little bit loose in the middle there. Austin Cindric does a nice job, almost saves that truck, but does not make any contact. You see slight contact for the 18 of Gregson into the outside safer barrier.
Cindric, 18 years old. Gregson, 18 years old.
Well, when I think of all the drivers that have had contact into the wall or troubles, Vince, the average age of them is 20. So it's kids learning their trade here.
Top of 3, nice and fast.
And you can see in the middle.
Coming in, hold the brake, stay in it. Hold the brake. All right, get it rolling.
Corner by Suarez, he actually clears, and we have yet another caution flag. Tommy Joe Martins is around. He's made some contact with somebody.
Roll to the bottom if you can, roll down.
Or a heavy hit.
Right behind the door on that 44 truck. Take another look at it. You see he's going to be on the outside of a 3-wide situation. Almost a carbon copy of the first incident with Austin Cindric and Myatt Snyder. Truck made it 3 wide getting down in turn number 1, and unfortunately Tommy Joe Martins pays the price.
I think that was the 66 of Austin Wayne Self.
Yeah, you're going to see it right here, Vince. Look, the 66 makes a dive into that first turn. There was nowhere for him to go.
Dominique Van Wergen in that 0-2.
Well, really nothing she could do about it as well. She had Tommy Joe Martins on her outside. Seconds on Suarez, but Christopher, we got a smoke caution flag is out. Jordan Anderson, the 74 truck, looks like he may have an engine issue of some sort.
Yeah, he came down the front straightaway, Phil, and you could hear it being.
Check all the wires. All the plug wires are in it.
It was down a couple cylinders, and when it smokes and it's down a cylinder, I don't think that has much to do with the plug wire.
Boy, some hard racing right here. Ben Rhodes, the 41 truck, right behind this.
Oh, they're going to make contact.
Oh, they do. It's Abreu and Gralla into the wall.
Yeah, that didn't shape up well from the beginning. When they got down in turn 3 and 4, rubbed closely together, and then no room when they got to 1.
They were back there battling for 14th.
Yeah, hard contact for Kaz.
Back it up. Good job out there, man.
Unfortunate for Kaz Gralla in his final race of the season in that 24.
See what I talk about here. There's a bit of a move to side draft right there, and then breaks away from him. But Gralla just dove for the corner, and there wasn't room there. Oh, what a great job by Gregson there in the 18, just barely slipping underside on the bottom side of Gralla.
And Gregson gets the free pass as we are under caution for the 6th time tonight.
Yeah, it looks like Kaz maybe was going to crowd Rico a little bit, get down in the corner and make contact. Austin Cindric has been behind every incident we've had on the racetrack, it seems like. Here he is yet again.
Oh, man, that's a wild shot, and Cindric's able to sneak by on the bottom.
Rico made a little bit of contact with the inside safer barrier. Kaz along for the ride right there. He turns the steering wheel left and nothing happens. He gets up in the loose marbles.
Well, thank goodness for the safer barrier there. That was another strong hit.
Yeah, very close to where his teammate Spencer Gallagher made contact.
Even in points, Crafton's going to be the one that has the edge. Caution is out. Down in turn 4, it's the 2 of Austin Cindric.
No contact. Last 5 tires.
Cindric has had an eventful evening since they threw the green flag on lap 1. You can see just sideways down on the bottom of the racetrack, and
watch the job. Ben Rhodes gets on the brakes, and he's going to be able to drive by on the outside. Nice job by Ben Rhodes to miss that spinning number 2 truck.
And Phil, just remember, Ben Rhodes had that decision to make at 130 or 40 miles an hour, how he's going to avoid the spinning 2 truck. He decides to hang high and makes it through.
Let's take a ride with Austin Cindric.
Whoa. Boy, Noah Gregson narrowly avoided disaster there.
Hold the brake, hold the brake, hold the brake, hold the brake, hold the brake. Hold the brake. All right.
The 4 of Christopher Bell and a big bump to the 07 of Mills.
It's a nice save by Mills. That 11 truck right behind Christopher Bell, that is for position as well. Christopher Bell cannot stand to lose a spot here for sure. He needs to go get a spot.
A major development here at Phoenix. William Byron blowing up. He's dominated this race on his way to the championship round of the chase. And now a major problem.
What about the pipe now? Focus.
Just in the matter of 2 laps, Vince.
Yeah, it's starting to come out the post. Smoke out the pipe. Just stay below the line here.
My heart's broken for that young man and that team.
6 wins this season. And I think when you talk about the garage, and if they would vote on who's the best team this season, it would be the 9. They have dominated in stretches with those 6 wins, but they are not going to the championship round with an opportunity to win the title.
William Byron has stepped out of the truck. William, any indication that your motor was going to go there?
No, we had been running hot a little bit the last run. and kind of all night, but it stayed within temp range, and just started to vibrate maybe like the lap before. Thought it was kind of the tires, didn't feel like a big deal, and then it just sputtered and had flames coming out the cowl right there. So just stinks for this team. They've worked so hard. It just, it just happens, I guess. So great Liberty University Tundra. Thanks all the guys at KBM. We'll just go to Homestead and try and get a win.
Thank you. A lot to hang their hat on, those 6 wins for this team this year.
Looking for his first ever Truck Series victory. He's 1 mile away. Johnny Sauter is running second. Crafton is third.
There will be no overtime. We know the next flag's going to finish it.
Where's Matt going?
Taking a shortcut.
Into turn 3 for Daniel Suarez. 4 times a runner-up. For the first time tonight, he's the winner in the Truck Series.
Good job, guys. Good job, crazy up there. And all of you guys. I feel bad for the 9 truck. Definitely they deserve this win, but we take it. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
That's what playoff NASCAR is all about, Phil. You got to be on your game in the playoffs. Every team member, every part of the truck has to click perfectly in order to be a part of the championship battle that we're going to have next week in Miami.
Suarez burning them down, celebrating his first NASCAR Camping World Truck Series win.
It's been a pretty good year for Daniel Suarez.
Suarez celebrating tonight the championship 4. Take a deep breath. They're going to race for the championship next week at Homestead. Hermie Sadler is in victory lane with Daniel Suarez.
Well, Vince, he gets his first career victory, and he does it at Phoenix International Raceway. Get some congratulations from his crew chief as well. Daniel, after 4 second-place finishes in this series, you get your first career victory and help Toyota clinch the Manufacturers Championship for this season, the 9th one for Toyota. Congratulations.
Well, I guess it was about time to get a little better luck. We had a lot of second place finishes, and all this team, KBM, they work very hard. And what a better way to clinch the Toyota Manufacturers Championship with this victory. I'm very proud of my team, very proud of Toyota, very proud to be part of this family, and very proud to be here talking with you right now.
You guys worked on this truck pretty much all night long. At what point in the second half of the race did you think you could have a truck to contend? And did you have any idea that the 9 of William Byron was having some mechanical issues?
I didn't have any idea about the 9. Actually, I feel very bad for Byron, because definitely he had the best truck out there. He was doing an amazing job. He was running a perfect race, and just things like this happen. Things like this, like that happen in racing, I guess. But I feel bad for him. But I'm glad that at the end of the day we were able to get the win for KBM, for Toyota, and for everyone that helps this program to be here right now. Aris and everyone that helped me.
Happy victory lane tonight for Daniel Suarez, Vince.
Congratulations to Suarez as you look at our playoff bracket. How they've gotten to this point. Sauter, Crafton, Bell, and Peters all with a shot at the championship next week at Homestead.
Is that the 42? Yeah, sure enough. Kyle Larson and the 42 spun off of turn 2, actually.
See the hood flaps open.
We were watching the 2 of Brad Keselowski. And Brad, pretty strong once again here at Phoenix.
He's in the middle 1 and 2, accelerating off the corner, and just steps around on him. Gets free. That's, we talk about the grip level on corner exit. And that's a really good example of how late in the corner he got loose and spun out. I mean, typically you would have thought he would have felt the car start to get loose, and it just happened so quickly it came around on him.
Does a nice job staying in the throttle to drive it off that outside wall.
Speed 45 miles per hour, and that fuel window 85 to 90 laps. The pace car has made its way off the track. The field in the hands of Kyle Busch and Eric Jones in row 1. Kyle Busch on the outside, Eric Jones on the inside. elimination race is underway.
See behind them, they're already piling up, running into the back of each other.
Eric Jones has the advantage as he comes out through the dog leg and into 3. Can Kyle Busch close the door? He's going to get in behind him. And a valuable point there for Eric Jones if he's able to hold on and lead this first lap, and sure enough, he will.
You mean you gonna be up there all night? Well, I'm on my way back up right now.
Green flag back out. Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon making up row 1. Sparks flying once again as everyone cutting the corner. Oh, and into the wall hard.
88.
That's the 88 of Alex Bowman. And fire from underneath the hood.
Looked like there were sparks going, like perhaps his left front was flat.
Yeah, he said something broke.
Yeah.
He was running 14th. And when that last caution came out, there was actually some contact between the 88 and the 97 of Josh Bilicki. You see, Alex Bowman has climbed out of the 88, but this was earlier. This was the last caution. Watch this.
Yeah, Bilicki is really slow in that white 97, and here comes Bowman, and just kind of was going so much faster than Bilicki. Didn't expect Bilicki to be turning left, and they made contact, so it's hard to believe that that didn't have something to do with this. Right there, you can see, obviously, sparks flying out from underneath it.
And guys, they said that there was no real damage on that right rear from that contact earlier with the 97 car, and they said, the spotter said just now, I think that the right rear is still up when it was going into the wall. So they don't think the right rear went down to cause that accident. They do think something broke on the race car.
Yeah, it looks like the left front. It looks like you see the sparks, see everything coming off the left front tire, so I don't think that contact had anything to do with it.
Well, no interliners. So when that tire goes flat, the car goes right on the racetrack.
That's the first bad thing that's happened to Alex Bowman. He's on the pole for the Cup race tomorrow.
And Rick, hard for us to diagnose sometimes what's going on with the car there. What did you feel before it went away from you there?
We had a flat left front, so I don't know how I got out of the car. I mean, obviously we blew a tire getting in the corner, right? It just went straight, but I got out of the car and looked down, left front's flat. So don't know what happened there. Brand new left front tire just failed, so we'll round something over or something, but really unfortunate. Hate it for all these guys. We had a new sponsor, huge general contractors on the car, and everybody at Junior Motorsports works really hard. Great Hendrick horsepower under the hood. Gotta thank Cessna for all their support. Dave was making good changes. Just shouldn't have been that far back to begin with, and to cut a tire, obviously something happened. So.
All right, glad Alex is okay. Walk from the care center under his own power,
You see
guys.
it more perhaps in Richmond, not really here at Phoenix, as the caution's on the racetrack, and that would be my concern. Is it looks like there's a right front tire down, so Elliott Sadler on that one, they're going to have to make sure they cool the brakes enough so they don't damage a tire.
Potentially melting a bead as we see a lot of damage to the right side for Jeff Green, getting into the wall and bringing out the caution for the 3rd time tonight.
Right here, kind of on the corner exit, he's already high, Jeff. The right front tire has obviously gone down.
Yeah, when the right front goes down, there's nothing you can do.
What's he doing wrong? I don't think the 20 deserves to put a bumper on him at all.
The 07. It's Ray Black Jr. that has stopped on the track and brought out the caution. This is the 4th caution. I mean, that was aggressive driving there by Eric Jones. Just past the halfway point, he's got to think about how close he is to making it into the championship four.
That's what we're talking about. What's the right thing to do? Do you drive the way you always drive, or do you try to be conservative? And it's a difficult decision for these drivers to make. I say you drive the way you normally drive. I believe you have to go and give everything you can give, because who says you're not going to have a bad pit stop? Who says something else isn't going to happen? I think you need to be smart but aggressive.
Right.
Another tire failure, don't you think?
Yeah, that's a
big hit.
It's a heavy angle to hit at.
You wouldn't think that was brake heat, though. We hadn't run long enough that run for brake heat to cause that.
No, but these restarts are so crazy. You know, we'd have to go back and see perhaps if there was contact or something that caused the tire to go down.
And this is for Brendan Gaughan, and he hit the wall a ton. And on his radio, we were actually listening in. He said that one hurt. He had a lot of time to anticipate hitting the wall. Right front tire went down. Good to see him climb out of that car. I'm sure he'll be disappointed win as we look at the replay.
See, he's already up the racetrack, and sparks coming out from underneath it. You know, we heard about them coming back and putting tape on the brake ducts, you know, taping them off more. You have to wonder if that heat, with having them taped off more, if that heat didn't transfer into the wheel and melt the bead.
Oh, into the wall hard, the 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr. And they pile up behind him.
Big impact. We could hear that in the booth.
Nice job over here, bud. Yeah, I think the 11 there.
It was, you know, time to go. So right here, this is on the restart exiting turn 2. And you see he hangs a left, gets below the 2 and the 20, then shortcuts the backstretch, does a nice job, clears both these cars getting into turn 3, I thought.
He's got the 11 up in front of him. On the radio, we heard him say, tell the 11 thanks. And 11 came down on him.
Yeah, I mean, the 11 takes a left to try to pass the 22. I'm sure he didn't mean to hit the 6, but simply he's the cause. And this will show it clear as day. The 6 is inside the 11.
Clear.
The 11 turns left.
Trying to get a Collison.
That is a hard shot.
Yeah, it's pretty clear right there. The Blake Cook had a run off the turn 4 and didn't check his mirror, didn't know he was there, and just turned left. And Darrell Wallace did nothing wrong whatsoever. So disappointing night too. They ran really well.
They did, and Jeff, but we talked about this. Where the spotters are located here, these cars are coming directly at them. So I'm not sure if there's a depth perception issue. Like coming at them, the spotter knows the 6 is inside the 11 as far as right to left, but where front to back? Like just because he's a lane below doesn't mean he's to the rear bumper. So you have to ask yourself, what information did the 11 have? Obviously he thought he was clear or thought that the 6 could move.
So let's listen in to the 11 radio.
Behind the 22, didn't know the 6 was there. Tell them that.
You can see the look of dejection on his face. He told me he was okay. You're okay. That's good to hear. It was an awfully hard hit. We heard you make comments about the 11. What transpired out there on the racetrack?
My grandmother was giving me the ride of my life. That was the most fun I've ever had all year. And just circumstances took us out, so it's just hard. Thanks, Granny, I love you. But going to Homestead and let her ride again.
Obviously, quite an emotional day for you, Bubba. Your grandmother, her name above the door on the car, you had said it felt like she was driving the car at times. To that point, it certainly seemed like you had a very good race car. How would you describe the night, and as you reflect back on this chase, what will you take from it?
Just thanks to my team for giving me the best race car all year long. Just sucks, man. Granny was going up to win that thing on that restart. We were moving. It was probably the sexiest restart we've ever had. And just had it taken away from us. About like what happened with her. And everything was so good. And the next thing you know, she's gone from us. So, man, it was a long shot to get in the chase, but to just have a good race and get a good finish, we need one. We've had the shittiest luck so long this year, and it's just so hard. So, I can't thank my granny enough for giving me that ride because it was fun.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Mike.
White flag goes in the air for Kyle Busch. One more time around for the 18 as well as that 7 of Justin Allgaier. Can he make it all the way back around to the checkered flag? Will he be a part of the championship 4 and running for the title? Kyle Busch, final time through 3 and 4. Looking for his 82nd or 86th win coming out of 4. Kyle Busch is going to win in Phoenix. Allgaier out of 4. He'll coast across the line, and that will put him in the championship 4. Thumbs up for the 7. Checking the lug nuts. Look at the smoke inside the car.
Nice accomplishment, boys. Thank you. Way to close out the year. Appreciate it.
Taking a look at the lug nuts on the 1 of Elliott Sadler as he'll climb out of that car. We're looking at the right rear.
Looks like you can see 4. Maybe we're missing 1, it looks like.
Looks like 1 is missing.
career wins of his entire,
I can't guarantee it was 4. I just, obviously the official standing there, but it looked like to me there was probably 4. There you go.
Elliott's going to come around and take a look.
Suarez, the top 5 finishers. Steve Post is down there working his way around those drivers who just got
The situation with the missing lug nuts, if it's 1, it's normally a penalty, a financial penalty to the crew chief. If it was 3, the finish could be encumbered. Actually, it looks like there's a lug nut on there. Yeah, we're seeing 4 there. But they have to be tight.
They have to be secured. So if there's a lug nut on the stud, but it's not run up against the wheel, NASCAR consider that non-secured, and it might as well be missing. They don't count that lug nut. So they don't torque them. They don't see how tight they are, but they have to be touching the wheel. And it looks to me like there's a lug nut. I can't really tell. It's hard to see from this angle with the dirt in the wheel and the brake dust, but NASCAR will have to look at it because, the rule is that after a certain number, it becomes an issue. 1 is normally financial. 2, I think, is also financial. But when it gets to 3, it becomes a major issue.
Rick Elliott Sadler is in by 10 points. That was what happened on the racetrack. But when you got out of the car, NASCAR officials were obviously looking at the right rear of your car, Elliott. What did they say about what happened and what they found back there?
I don't know. I think we might have a loose lug on the right rear. So, I mean, they'll look at it and then go from there. So we'll see. Hey, we did everything we were supposed to do tonight. Kept the car out of trouble. Didn't run the race we wanted to run, but we wanted to be careful. We wanted to be safe, especially after what happened last night in the truck race. So our one main financial guys are ready to go to Homestead, and we've saved our best for that, and we'll go down there and try to win that championship.
Kevin Mandering, your crew chief, told me there's 1 lug nut in question. So in theory, that should not be an encumbered finish, right? And yeah, I know you're trying to figure out the rules as you go along here. That would be a tough way to decide it, wouldn't it?
It would. I hope it doesn't come down to that. So, we'll see what they say, and we'll go from there. But, I mean, as a team, I'm proud of my guys. We kept ourselves in position all night, and we'll, as far as I'm concerned, we'll get ready to go to Homestead and do a good job for our team. I mean, Kelly and Dale have done a great job at Junior Motorsports, giving us fast cars, and Justin had a great run tonight. So it'd be neat for both of us to go down there and have a shot at it.
Talk about how difficult your job was tonight, because Brett Griffin kept telling you, you're fine where you're at. I know you wanted to go a little bit harder, but you're kind of playing the patient game tonight.
We were just trying not to do anything stupid and try to be careful. I really had to be careful on restarts and didn't want to be 3 wide and didn't want to be aggressive. And it's really hard here in the restart zone where the spotters are, that you don't want to get into the car in front of you and knock your radiator out. So tonight was not the race we've ran all year long to get here, but it's the race that we had to run tonight.
You and I were talking about this earlier this week. For the year that you've gone through to have a shot at the title, what significance does that have for you?
Well, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. And, my parents are going to come down, and they have supported me so much in my career. And my wife and kids are coming, and they have really stood behind me every step of the way. And I'm just more proud for these guys. I'm more proud for my family coming down and enjoy the experience, and we're pumped up about it. We've really put all our eggs in one basket, and that's our Homestead car, and we want to go down there and be competitive and have a shot at it. So we've done everything we need to do to put ourselves in position. Everybody on this one main financial team's done a great job. Now we just got to go finish it.
And Rick, remember his mom, Mama Bell's been sick for a lot of this year, so very significant for Elliott to have his family down in Homestead, Miami.
And after taking the checkered flag, Kyle Busch simply said, mission accomplished. The numbers are staggering. His 10th Xfinity Series win this year, his 10th win at this track. And together with crew chief Chris Gale, in just 2 seasons together, they have managed to put together 16 wins here in this season. We talked about it, Kyle, after you won the pole. What does it mean to go out on top as you say goodbye to Chris Gale?
It means a lot. That's what we set out to do tonight. And, we've been really fast here at Phoenix. We've had some great race cars, and Chris Gale and all these guys do such a great job each and every week preparing these things. And it's fun to win here. We appreciate Xfinity and everything that they do for the NASCAR Series here, and, all the fans and all their support. But this NOS Energy Drink Camry was awesome tonight. I mean, I just can't say enough. We adjusted it on some pit stops and tried to make it a little bit better there, but this Toyota Camry was really, really fast, so we didn't have to do much to it. And great Joe Gibbs Racing power under the hood. I can't say enough about that. And DVX sunglasses, appreciate them. Again, Xfinity One app, I use that all the time when I'm out eating, actually. So used it last night watching a truck race and had some fun with that. So good to see that we've got a truck going to Homestead next week. Good to see our JGR boys did a great job here and we're able to transfer through. So looking forward to watching one of them go win a championship next week.
Yeah, they did. Daniel Suarez and Eric Jones both through. Now it'll be your task to get through tomorrow. Obviously a completely different situation, but do you sleep a little bit easier tonight after a victory in this series?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it just gives you that confidence, and the tire was definitely way different than I had imagined it was going to be. So I've got some things that I want to talk to Adam about and, you know, work on some things for our Cup car for tomorrow. But we got a lot better. You know, the weekend didn't start off very well on the Cup side with our M&M's Camry, but we got a lot better as the weekend went. I feel like we have at least in the ballpark now. We got a top 5 car, so we'll go racing from there.
All right, his 10th career win here just at this one racetrack.
Gives drivers willing to do whatever it takes to have a shot at a championship next weekend.
It all comes down to this, the elimination race. Who will advance to the championship 4 in Miami? Out front, leading the field for the first time, Alex Bowman, Kyle Larson. Green flags in the air. A unique racetrack, a dogleg on the backstretch. Denny Hamlin already diving below the yellow line. It's legal sideways as the 22 and the 42. 42 continues sideways. The caution comes out. Trevor Bayne goes around in the 6. Kyle Larson was around. The 22 of Joey Logano seemed to have saved it. But the caution comes out before they even got back to the start-finish line.
This racetrack, when you first start on a run, whether it's practice or in the race, it is slick. We're out here in the desert. It gets sand on it. Very, very slick racetrack at the beginning of races. You see right here, the 22 jumps on the outside of the 42 of Kyle Larson. They enter turn 3. Kyle Larson gets loose immediately on corner entry, has to go off the racetrack, gets in the side of the 22 of Joey Logano. I don't think any damage. I think Joey moves along, no problem whatsoever. Right there, you can see he's already loose, or comes around on him. Joey with a really nice job, because where Joey is, as high as he is on the racetrack, it's exceptionally dirty up there. So really nice job of maintaining control.
22-4-11. All Chase drivers trying to make it into the championship 4. Look how close it was. Right along with Joey, or looking back on Joey.
You can see as soon as the 42 got his left side tires below that yellow line, the car immediately got loose. And we're going to see drivers below that yellow line all day today. That's a groove that you can run at this racetrack. But again, early in the race, these tires don't make a lot of grip on the first lap. The track's exceptionally dirty. It's the hardest it is to drive right off the bat on a green flag condition.
I mean, Joey Logano got very fortunate that Kyle Larson stayed in the game.
Unbelievable. Just in disbelief about how poorly the 4 car is handling wedge adjustments on both sides and big adjustments on both sides to free that car up. And a problem on the left rear getting it on. Dave, cautions on the racetrack now.
Caution has come out. The 42 of Kyle Larson spun trying to get on pit road.
Yeah, I think Ryan Newman and Larson, I think were trying to get on pit road. Had a lot of cars getting on pit road at the same time. And I think Newman gets into the back of the 42. You see Newman has the car locked up trying to get slowed down and just didn't get slowed down. Ends up spinning the 42. Lucky none of them got into that wall.
Newman hit the commitment cone.
So the 78 has had kind of a double whammy. It started with green flag pit stops. He was on pit road. We showed how he just lost a lap to the 88, but I assumed they had serviced the car. They did not. So now he has to come back to pit road. He needs fuel. So he's 1 lap down in this situation. So now he's the first car behind the behind the pace car. Cruising right here through 3 and 4. Pit road's open. He takes a hard left to come to pit road, and he accelerates right here. Now that's normal behind the leader in other cars, but NASCAR deems that his acceleration to that timeline put him in front of the pace car. They then said that's pulling up to pit. They held the 78 another lap. So now the 78 started at the rear, showed a good car. He's 2 laps down. This is what he had to say on the radio.
Did I pull up to pit? No idea. I pulled off the racetrack and I sped up to the line like you always do. I didn't pull up anywhere. Yeah, I don't understand.
And guys, Truex was hot when he left his pit, angry about the penalty, but he did pass the pace car when that happened, Steve. And that's the panic that sets in when the caution comes out and you're on pit road. He was actually physically in his pit stall. They didn't service the car at that moment. They could have serviced the car, and then they would have been out with a cycle. And you see everybody arguing right now, trying to get that lap back, but that lap's not coming back for the 78 team.
Just like what happened earlier with the 78 team, the 48 team has been called for pulling up to pit. They passed the pace car trying to get to pit road.
So you see right here that 48 is going to peel to the left, go to the apron of the racetrack. He has every right to do that, but then you're going to see he's going to accelerate to try to get to the timeline to try to gain an advantage on the 22 and the 20 that were back there, and in that he passed the pace car. As we mentioned, this is something we don't see a lot, but we saw it a couple times at Dover earlier today with the 78. Here's Jimmy Johnson's opinion.
What? Ask down there, man. They told me he pulled up the pit, past the pace car entering pit road. We're the leader.
His response was, "We're the leader." I'm involved with the drivers' meetings as far as the video that's shown to the drivers every week at every racetrack, and I know that part of the verbiage is...
This is absolutely ridiculous, NASCAR.
The verbiage is you cannot pass the pace car when you come to pit road.
Well, I think Jimmy Johnson's frustration is, you know, we have 30-something races a year, and what we said it's only been called twice at Dover and twice today.
Alex Bowman, Casey Kane. Bowman once again has chosen the outside line. Casey Kane on the inside. Shove from the 22 of Joey Logano, pushing Alex Bowman out front. Around goes the 3 of Austin Dillon.
I think the 48 is in it as well. 48 has some issues. Smoke coming out of the back of the 48 down the back stretch.
.48 slow and on the apron.
Run in, here's your pit box. We'll get a quick look at it.
See some heavy damage on the nose of the 48. This is the exact reason why the 41 should have topped off. He could have had more fuel, Rick. This caution may have been enough to get him to the finish. But you see some heavy damage on the nose of the 48.
Huge damage there as they checked up.
And 3 car had obviously some sort of an issue. He was slowing way down and turning to the left, and Greg Biffle got into the back of him, and then 48 got into the back of him. So not sure what the issue was with the 3.
2.5 seconds behind Alex Bowman, looking for his first win. Oh, and hard into the wall. Big contact. We see Ryan Newman around. Looks like the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. was in the wall. Caution comes out again.
And the pressure goes from the driver
to the crew.
To the crew. The crew and the crew chief. First, do you pit? How many tires do you take? And then if the crew chief calls for tires, that pit crew, those tire changers, this is the stop. This is the stop they've been training for all year to try to extend their championship.
Take a look at what happens.
The 31 was underneath the 78. Not sure from that view. I'm not sure if 78 came down or the 31 got into it. Very hard to see.
Front of Kevin Harvick. He has a chance at the championship. The caution comes out. The 95 into the wall. There will be a restart, and it is going to go to overtime.
And what do you do? Who's going to pit? Who's going to stay out?
Michael McDowell in the 95, hard into the wall. The right rear tire is down. Right front tire down as well. 19 cars on the lead lap. Bowman trying to win his first ever Sprint Cup Series race. He'll start on the front row. Kyle Busch, Joey Logano will make up row 2. Take a look at what happened to McDowell.
Right rear tire just came apart.
A long wreck for Michael McDowell. First attempt at overtime. Bowman trying to block. He gets into the 20. The 20 slides. The 18 goes by. The caution hasn't come out yet. Now it does. The 20 of Kenseth into the wall. The 18 of Kyle Busch was trying to get beneath the 88 of Alex Bowman. Bowman was blocking. He went down low. When he came back up the racetrack, he got into the 20. And now Kenseth with a destroyed race car. Jason Ratcliffe can't believe it.
Keep from spinning your rear tires. Looks like Bowman did not launch very well. Kyle Busch made a move. Bowman went to block. I don't know, from that view, it almost looked like the 20 came down.
I mean, the 88 had the wall to his left. This would be another good shot at. Exactly right, though, Jeff. The 88 spins the tires. He's blocking the 18, being aggressive, has to protect that position. He successfully blocks here, but he's as low as he can be. The 20 definitely comes down the track. The question is, what kind of speed was the 88 carrying? Was it too much speed to make the corner? I can't tell from that angle.
And where are the spotters here? This is a great view right here. See the 88 wiggling on the bottom. This Matt Kenseth comes way down the racetrack. Listen, remember when we talked about the spotters are on this racetrack? The spotters are in turn 1. The view is not as good as it would be if on the front straightaway. So I just think Matt Kenseth thought, because of the launch that he got on the front straightaway, I think Matt Kenseth thought that he had him cleared. But right here, when Kyle Busch hits the back of the 88, it probably gets the 88 going a little quicker than the 88 wants to be. Matt Kenseth doesn't think he's going to be going that fast, thinks he's going to have a lane to the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, the 88 definitely didn't want to be there, but without a doubt, Matt Kenseth hit him in the right front tire and fender area. It wasn't bumper to bumper. So the 20 came down. It's like you said, he didn't judge the 88 speed into the corner, because I don't think Alex Bowman wanted to be going into the corner.
They go into turn number 1, back into the restart zone. Logano, a clean launch out in front. Kyle Busch currently running second. Kyle Busch knows the point situation. If he stays in that position, he advances into the championship 4. They're past the overtime line. It's an official restart. The next flag that comes out will determine the finishing order. Logano, 1 lap to go at Phoenix. One more time around. Joey Logano. Kyle Busch looking to advance to the championship 4. Down the backstretch for the final time.
5, nice and smooth here.
Joey Logano comes to Phoenix, wanting to make sure he gets to the championship 4. He does it with a win. Coming out of 4, Logano wins at Phoenix.
Hell yeah! Good job, man.
The title. The 4 drivers, Jimmy Johnson, Carl Edwards, Joey Logano, and Kyle Busch. 4 drivers fighting for a title. Logano celebrating at Phoenix International Raceway. This moment presented by Sunoco, fueling victories all season long. What an impressive way to get your first win at Phoenix. Goes out and gets the win, and with that, securing a spot in the championship 4.
Rick, Joey Logano did it at Talladega to advance to this round. He does it at Phoenix today. To advance to the championship 4. That is genuine emotion. And he told me earlier today, I love this kind of pressure. Are you kidding me? I was made for moments like this. But I want to know the emotions going through your head. Before that final restart, Joey, of that final run, you were tied with Kyle Busch. You did have the tiebreaker. What was going through your head, and how much math were you doing?
A lot. Man, this feels so good. I never felt this good about a win before. There's so much on the line, and everyone brings their A game when it comes to winning championships, and his team did it. So, man, it feels so good. Had a good restart there at the end, and holding off Kyle to try to get this thing into Miami. So we're racing for a championship now. We did exactly what we had to do. We got to go to Homestead and do the same thing. So could be more proud of this team. Roush Yates Engines bringing the heat again. Ford, AutoZone, Auto Trader, Coca-Cola, Wheels Up, SKF, everybody that helps us out. AutoZone and Auto Trader. It's man,
I'm speechless right now. I feel like I just won the Daytona 500 again.
You heard him say, I've never felt more emotional about a win in my entire life. Todd Gordon with a big hug. Huge win for this 22 team. They'll race for a championship in Miami, Rick.
Look at the standings. At the end of the round of 8, Logano, Johnson, and Edwards, all with wins, advancing into the championship 4. Kyle Busch does it on points. 2 Joe Gibbs Racing cars fighting for a win. Jimmy Johnson looking for his 7th championship, trying to tie the King and the Intimidator. And Joey Logano looking for his first ever championship, as is Carl Edwards.
We mentioned it was going to be the toughest round of 8. 3 wins. 3 winning drivers move on to Miami, I think proves that fact, Jeff.
Oh, no question. We have several drivers that are looking for that first championship. It'll be interesting to see them taking on a 6-time champion trying to get that 7th.